back in Week 6. The Cowboys won a shootout in their first matchup against the Chargers. Can Los Angeles even the score? Find out next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion LA Chargers taking on the NFC champions, the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. CD, what a road for these Chargers. Just their second Super Bowl appearance ever, and first representing L.A.
And it's a franchise that's been around a long time. Originally, the L.A. Chargers had a lot of success in the AFL, but this is for the Super Bowl. And a lot of folks in Southern California have certainly waited for this day. It's a chance to do something that's never been done before in franchise history.
Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the wait is over. This has been, of course, one of the preeminent franchises in American sports history. They've had a bumpy ride along the way, but they're back in the Super Bowl for the first time since Super Bowl 30 in 1996.
And partner, when you say this is the first time back in the Super Bowl since 1996, Super Bowl 30, I'm blown away. One of the preeminent franchises in the NFL. You would have thought they'd been here multiple times since then. The Cowboys want to add another Super Bowl title and bring it home to Dallas.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Pollard again. And some room to maneuver. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 53 yards rushing for him now on their opening drive of this Super Bowl.
I don't care what the game plan was coming in. After these runs,
you're running it, right?
you make sure you keep circling on your play sheet, running plays that are working, and keep patting those big offensive linemen on the back. They're doing a...
Oh, no, his first throw of the Super Bowl is intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They started on the ground with Eckler, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And some room to work. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Oh, boy, kind of hold your breath here, because Justin Herbert, he appears to be in some discomfort after that last play. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Duggan will look to throw this. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Well, third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Everyone rolls into the Super Bowl saying, hey, I'm confident. I'll just do what I did before. But let's face it, you got to be wary of the jitters going into a big game like this. Super Bowl is unlike any other game you're going to play.
And now he's starting out 0 for 2. We'll see if he can rebound. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. C.D. Lamb with a first touchdown of the Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's finished off by the touchdown from C.D. Lamb. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing, Duggan. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Duggan now to throw. There's a short throw to his tight end, McKinney. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Duggan to throw. His throw incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
To throw is Duggan. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. Is it normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that? Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 61 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to, and he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things, and then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Lance on the bootleg. And that is incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And Lance will try again on 2nd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. This is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, 32 yards. And the Cowboys will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Now Gold for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Duggan looking to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. DeForest Buckner busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. And a 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
In trouble, and he's taken down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Short throw, that's hauled in by Mayer. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. But the man downfield is Jeudy. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
He's got it to the 43 here. That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. 14-0 is our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. Well, welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter two. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 7. Now Lance. Short throw, that's hauled in by Mayer. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 29-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards.
That is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Mayer, 29 yards. And the Cowboys continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure, and here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers getting set to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On second down, Eckler. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Duggan. Flushed out right. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Herbert gets this into the hands of Allen, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm. And they get one here in the passing game.
Throwing on first down. Dugan trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark. And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it. Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. 3 catches for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. It's a first down. To throw, it's Lance. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On second down, it's Pollard. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here now a third down and 8. Lance looking to throw it. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And with the way things have gone so far tonight, I figured this was going to be a touchdown because he's wide open. But instead, the ball's laid out just a bit too far, and they come up empty.
Davis now to return it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And they'll run the option to start the drive. Through the middle of the field. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Eckler. Looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal. Eckler again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler punching it in from a yard away. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. On the return, it's Jordan Lewis. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Tony Pollard and his Dallas teammates ready again on offense. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And a nice job there skipping away from the 1 tackle and ends up getting 5 yards out of that. Second down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
some of the most unselfish players on any football team? Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. They'll throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. C.D. Lamb, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cowboys are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers ready to take over. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. This pass finds its way to Williams, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get... Leave him with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down. Dugan eluding the pressure right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. First down, Dugan. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and even a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 11. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
A Lance again here on 2nd and 10. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Throwing to start the drive. Dugan over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeout. They stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Duggan will look to throw this. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And this one is right down Broadway. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Thus far, this Super Bowl has looked less like a contest and more like a coronation. And to call the second half, let's get it right back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Both teams making their final adjustments of the season during this long halftime break. Who will claim the Lombardi Trophy? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles in Vegas for the second half of Super Bowl 58.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi Trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long.
He's by himself. Keenan Allen still going. Keenan Allen, touchdown. come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And here's Lewis. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Up past the 30, second down coming up.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Lance to throw it. He gets it to Cooks. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They bring pressure there on third down, but this is a nice job of picking it up and making sure their guy has time to deliver the football. And they wind up getting the first down.
This will be caught. Judy. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run go wind up netting him 33 yards.
Another big play right there. And this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
But 2 good plays on this one, Brandon. The first one at the quarterback because the pressure affected his throw, and I think it forced him to throw away from his designated target. And how about the second bit of pressure downfield? Receiver going up for the pass. Help him force that incompletion.
96 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Lance going to try and throw on third down here. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Gould is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again here on offense. Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode it anymore.
Then when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again.
Yes, you do. You get greedy in a good way.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing, Duggan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Duggan to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Gets past one man. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receivers. He brings out this offense.
Not a bad day at the office there. Maybe he would like the catch number to go up a little bit, but I think most guys would say 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. That's okay.
I think if the catch number goes up, we start talking about the record books because at that pace, this type of efficiency, oh, yeah, I think I'd throw it to him a little bit more often.
Here's 2nd and 10. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Down the throw on 3rd down. Knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. To throw is Duggan.
Caught by Allen. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Duggan looking to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Eckler now between the tackles. Able to fight through one tackle. 16 yards. A little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. On the option, here's Eckler.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Duggan now to throw. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Up the middle with Eckler. And now we're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. It's Eckler again. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the line. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a toss, running left, Eckler. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
You can almost feel him thinking as he's running the football. Just one more block, anything to get me to the perimeter and around the corner. Couldn't quite get there. Ends up getting spilled for a loss.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
I know they're going through all the possibilities right now, but the truth of the matter is a field goal doesn't do them a ton of good. It'd still be a 2-score game, so to me, go for it. Go for it boldly.
And his kick here is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And here's Lewis. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. And they have been the better of the 2 sides to this point with a 2-score lead. 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. And the Lombardi trophy within reach as they start this drive 1st and 10. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one up to around the 33. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. A give to Pollard, running left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He had to run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And the tackle for loss goes to Eric Kendricks. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game. and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. Now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bending their hands on their knees, and the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup at 13 sets them up 1st and goal. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Trey Lance taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cowboys have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the fourth. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped. Duggan. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Dugan. That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll look to throw again. They'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's again complete to Palmer. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They go play action here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they're going to speed things up here. He's got Allen. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 14. Operating from the gun, Dugan. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's Pollard again. Oh, nice move. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Play action. Now it's Lance. Escapes the sack. Escaping the pressure right. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Lance on the option right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And the Dallas Cowboys will hoist the Lombardi Trophy. They are the kings of the NFL. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs. You see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them. A fantastic season.